Jalan Petaling is a business street known for its trading activities since the ancestral days. It is known for its independent businesses and traditional shophouses which preserve the traditions and culture of the community. Jalan Petaling undergoes changes in the aspect of its architectural style through shophouses, which has a drastic impact on the street. The abstract shows the purpose of conducting a study on the transition and modernization of architectural style in Jalan Petaling, which is to identify the loss of architecture and place identity within the street due to rapid development. This highlights the issues, methods, and the questions that we derive through the concept framework based on Jalan Petaling. The most notable issue found in Jalan Petaling is the transition of development in architecture, the diminishing of community and cultural value through the process of renovation and demolition of shophouses. The architectural style adopts modernization, which leads to the loss of place identity. The methods that we adapted in gathering the information is by conducting a simple site visit in order to collect pictures, online research on articles, and literature reviews about history and development of the street. Jalan Tokong in Malacca is chosen for comparative study to show comparison regarding to the development of the street in architectural style while identify the issue of preserving the place identity. The research questions are based on the factors of rapid development in the street, also the affected areas which lead to loss of place identity in Jalan Petaling. How does modernization affect the architectural style of the shophouses? Modernization affects the architectural features of the shophouses are mostly recognizable by their external facade. Some of the shophouses are repurposed into hotels, cafes, bars, and restaurants to fit the modern needs of locals and tourists, while others became old and dilapidated, leading to a fraction of them abandoned or razed. Shophouses became taller, moving towards a more modern style, which results in the original architecture facade and style to disappear. There are also shophouses that had been restored and renovated, which provides attraction to the tourist who is interested in the place and also boosts the local economy. Kwai Chai Hong is a restoration project which involves in restoring the shophouses in Jalan Petaling and Lorong Panggung. The team salvaged and restored whatever they could and also maintained the entire structure and the facade of the shophouses and also added murals to the facade of some of the shophouses. What is the architectural contrast that can be seen along the street? The architectural contrast that can be seen in Jalan Petaling is the height progression that can be seen throughout the years. It does not necessarily mean that the height progression follows the flow from one end of the street to the other. However, it is the stylistic timeline of the buildings, transitional and modern. It is seen that modern style has more levels than transitional. The initial concept of the shophouse layout is to regulate tropical sun, wind, and rain, thus producing shophouses with only 1 or 2 stories tall. The building height was no longer restricted to 2 stories tall, and 5 stories building became possible after the withdrawal of British in World War II. In Jalan Tokong Malacca, however, the height progression remained the same to 2 stories tall, as well as the facades remain mostly similar to the prior facade. The styles can be seen in Jalan Tokong vary from Dutch, Southern China style and Art Deco. Although they most definitely have had damages over time or from rainfall and sun, the facade either have been repaired or renewed to be kept the essence of the previous facades within the street. How does the economic pressure affect the development of the street? The economic pressure impacts small businesses, which leads to the inability to make ends meet or to cut back on expenses, which results in either selling the shop house or renting it out to an outsider. Traditional shops are slowly being replaced by businesses which fits within the trend and have a higher demand in society. Development of shophouses or hotels are transformed into multi-story buildings or sold to multi-million companies to build high-story structures that accommodate a large number of people, which in return bring revenue. What are the factors that lead to the abandonment of traditional shophouses? There is a huge difference in the shophouses between then and now. Jalan Petaling has begun to show the development of traditional shophouses to a new, modern and up-to-date style of shophouses or building. The reason that contributes to the closure and demolition of shophouses are triggered by the distinctive architectural style in Malaysia. There are shophouses that are almost unrecognizable due to the changes of the facade. It is a positive start for Malaysia in terms of fast transition towards modernism and shift towards better society. However, traditional shophouses should be preserved and made known. For example, at Jalan Tokong Melaka, in view of the awareness and importance of preserving the historical heritage, the local authorities have enacted bylaws that if any developers apply for development planning, the authority will approve, provided that it must retain the traditional characteristic of the district. By doing so, traditional design will be maintained and preserve the Malaysian historical architecture and culture. How does modernization of shophouses impact the culture of the community? New modern businesses that leans towards Western culture or current trends arises, remodeling the cultural system of the street into a new mode. Younger population are targeted for these modern businesses as trend followers while integrating new culture into the street. Due to the rapid development of technology, people are constantly exposed to other culture or trends that may not be from our local roots. The uncontrollable changes to the shophouses cause friction and tension with the traditional cultures within the community, affecting its historical value and place identity. As for Jalan Tokong located in Melaka, the culture and community are preserved. Unlike Jalan Petaling, the businesses has a close connection to the street's historical value and place identity. For example, Melaka's oldest temple, Chi Hun Teng Temple, contribute to the prosperity of Chinese offerings supply business along the street. Known as the Temple Street, the community until now still mostly consists of worshippers of this religion. Place identity of Jalan Tokong is yet visible compared to Jalan Petaling. How does the development of high-rise buildings affect the tangible and intangible factors of the street? High-rise buildings are rapidly growing and developed due to the increasing demands in the area. This affects the tangible and intangible of the street. Rental rates and property value in shophouses continues to increase as a result of infrastructure developments, create burden to the owners of the shophouses, forcing them to sell the shophouses to a hire corporation that renovates the shophouses, which leads to the loss of its identity. Rapid urbanization causes the street to lose heritage and cultural identity. The increment of high-rise buildings overshadow the local heritage site, which leads to tourist attractions within the street. Users forget the historical value and the culture that has been passed down by generations due to the urbanization and development of the street. Rapid developments causes disruption in pedestrian and vehicle circulation due to the site blockage during the construction process of high-rise buildings along the street. To conclude, it is a good start for Malaysia in terms of rapid development towards modernism and for a better country. However, traditional shophouses should be preserved and made known for the future generations of Malaysian historical architecture. We must conserve the traditional characteristics of the district while sustaining related areas. In order to preserve the place identity, shop owners can incorporate murals or traditional elements into the design of the structures in Jalan Petaling. By doing so, traditional facade and design will be conserved, along with the Malaysian historical architecture and culture. Thus, architecture and place identity of Jalan Petaling will be maintained for generations to come. Thank you.